What's up, guys? Welcome back to channel. Maverick here with another episode of Fumetsu no Anata. So, it seems that we are entering another chapter in terms of Fushi's story. We have done all we need to done here with March and Perona and Hayase and all the rest. Maybe we'll meet them again in the future, maybe not. At the very least, though, Fushi is now taking on March's form, or has acquired March's form, I guess we could say, and is moving on to the next story, which to me actually is kind of welcoming. To me, you know, I mentioned this last episode as well. As cruel as it may sound, I do like this kind of development, really allowing Fushi to grow a little bit more, encounter some new people, and get into some new situations here, right? So, let's see where exactly we go to right now. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Was it unexpected, though? Well, I guess March's death was kind of unexpected. Hmm. Oh. Uh, hmm. Hmm. Some people make the reference that this is kind of similar to Somali from a few seasons past, right? You know, the journey and all that it brings and whatnot. I guess. No, I don't know. I'm still reserving judgment for now. I still have to say though that just as I pretty much expected when I first came to this is not exactly a series that I would just watch myself. Honestly, the kind of storylines and whatnot, but I am intrigued still. Like, where exactly are we going with all this? Are we going to? Is it really going to be like for Fushi, anyways, like a plague coming across the earth, always encountering death and growing through death of other characters? Or I guess in a way, you know, if we go back to the very first storyline here, it's to remember the boy, right? To remember him. And now March as well. So I think it would kind of make sense, you know, having this kind of pattern already for this situation to continue, right? For Fushi to encounter more and more people and also be stimulated by the deaths of others. And you can't climb using the boy's form? Ah. 私たちの目的。
じゃないの。それと不死とかいう魔物。こりゃ、なんとか言わんか。なんじゃ、お前だったのか。これで無口なわけじゃ。とにかく、今はお前しかおらんちゅうわけか。
I don't think talking to him is gonna do you much good, lady. 'Don't worry, you're not the only one.
魔物でもちっとは感情があったり考え事をしたりするのか。それを表現する方法を持っとらんのは見りゃわからん。
She's smart.
いつかお前の心っちゅうもんを覗いてみたいね。腹がすいた。おとといから何も食べてない。なあ、そろそろ休まんか。水、肉。
You're certainly really, Oh, look, when she turns into March, the arrow's still sticking out of her. Oh, how the tables turn. Does it realize? Hey, they were able to have some semblance of a conversation, right? Beyond the sea, eh? So I kind of get the feeling that they will probably go across the sea sometime in the future. Maybe in the way, way future, but... I wonder what he's drawing now. Okay. Fushi has now unlocked writing.
もっと知りたいか。ならばわしについてこい。人間としての生き方をわしが教えてやろう。そしてもっとわしをいたわれ。これはマーチと読む。あ、そうじゃない。こうじゃな。これは風刺。前のことじゃ。パローナ。これはわしの名前。ピオランじゃ。
Pioran.
あれは木。あれは
So I guess Fushi is gonna learn writing and reading first before he actually knows how to speak. Hey, he's learning.
かわ。
Oh, he's learning how to speak as well. Nice.
魚。ひ。魚。ひ。ありがとう。ありがとう。
Well, at least he has manners.
もっと適した言葉がある。うまい。うまい。うまい。おやすみ。おやすみ。
Hey, he's learned a lot in one day, hey? I wonder how much he's going to improve by the time they reach the next town. 100 miles, eh? Should be a little over a week, I guess. Oh, dang. He has basic conversational skills now.
それにしてもお前たくさんしゃべる。
Oh, and they're sailing across the ocean. Or
その変化はマーチのおかげか。大人になる。知ること。
wow. Holy crap.
一体
That is some insane learning skill.
マーチと出会い何をしていた。誰といた。ずっと会えたという。
Like seriously. This is like
違う。
yeah, this is definitely well, I guess Fushi is a supernatural being, right? But this is insane. Like how much he's learned in this time. But I guess, it kind of cuts out the boring parts of everything, right? So now we can actually go forward with our main character actually having ability to express himself and being able to converse already.
この先に走る車がない。
Mm.
やっざ知識人でな。だから知らない車に走った気がつくんじゃろう。
Now, what I'm thinking about though is if this old lady is going to also perish. Oh. Well, I mean, I guess. Ew. I mean, we already knew that this was definitely kind of supernatural and everything, right? This world has some supernatural things. What the? Is it like sucking its life energy out or something?
したフシ。何かあったんか？
Is this like an ent? Oh, does it suck memories out of Fushi? Wait, this is the narrator, right? Yeah, the kind of godlike being. Yeah, it is his memory. Well, memories. Ooh. Is it that easy though? I don't think so. Oof. Oof. Now it's taking something from it as well. The wolf form? So now it only has March form left, right? Oh no, no, bear form. Yeah, bear form. Onigumi form. So it's like a natural. It's a natural counter to Fushi. And is it that creation? Is it the creation of the narrator? Like, is this some sort of godlike character? I assume so, right? Oh. Come on, rip it apart, dude. Rip it apart. Yeah, go, 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 go. There we go. Oh. Not quite able to. Oh. March. Oh, damn. How the F is he gonna do it now? Thankfully, the intelligence level of that monster isn't exactly all that high either. Oof. That's... Rah. Just hold on! Hold on! Oh, there we go. Oh. So, how are you gonna get it back? Are you supposed to eat the core? Destroy the core? Merge with the core? Oh, just squish the core, I guess. Now regaining all the memories. Well done, Fushi. We. Huh. So there's like some sort of battle between the deities, right? Hmm. Enemy. Hmm? Well, aren't you positive, man? I guess he doesn't understand the concept of negativity quite yet. Hello. Hmm. Okay, I just want to quickly look at how they call that narrator dude. Observer. Okay. They call it an observer. Alright. Well, see you guys after this. Alright, now that certainly took a twist, but I have to say it was probably for the best because now my interest in this series has peaked considerably. I mean, to be fair, we knew that this was supernatural from the beginning, right? I mean, obviously Fushi himself is a supernatural being, but the world in general still seemed somewhat, kind of similar to our world, except that obviously a lot of the cultures and whatnot are a huge mishmash, right? And then we had that Onigumi, which apparently seemed like some sort of supernatural being, but then they were like, it's just a larger than normal bear, right? But here, with this kind of magical creature and whatnot, we can clearly see that there's other supernatural happenings within this world and whatnot, and there is a larger storyline behind all this. Fushi was not simply made as part of some board experiment from these deities, who are apparently called observers, right? According to the credit scene. But they are there for some other sort of ulterior goal. In fact, looking at that ending scene there, the conversation between Fushi and the observer and whatnot, it kind of reminds me of the Prometheus film, right? The predecessor to the Alien series, the 2012 film Prometheus. You have this concept of these makers or creators being responsible for life on Earth and creating this life, and then also having the task of observing them and nurturing them, and eventually, obviously, the verdict is still not quite out yet on why exactly they did all this and why they why they abandoned them later and whatnot. There are various theories and so on and so forth, but I'm getting a similar kind of vibe here as well, right? So even though right now it seems that well, I guess maybe it's not going to be that dark, right? But at the very least, we know that this is a world where multiple kinds of deities, or at least multiple opposing forces exist, right? Whether you want to call it good, bad, heaven, hell, or whatever you want to call it. But the fact still remains that there's at least some sort of conflicting opinion between these deity-like creatures, right? And they could very well be on opposite sides, and this is the entire situation on this world could be viewed as some sort of proxy battle between these factions of deities, right? So with that in mind, it just gives something else for us to look forward to in terms of Fushi's development and how that really ties in together with the ultimate goal of everything, right? And speaking of which, the development for Fushi here certainly also caught me by surprise, right? I mean, I certainly was expecting Fushi to eventually learn enough language to have conversations and know reading and writing, so that he's not the silent protagonist anymore, but he can actually, further the story beyond just simple grunts, right? But certainly I wasn't expecting him to pick up this much in what seemed like basically within a week, right? I had originally thought that maybe we're going to get some sort of time skip scene, like maybe three months down the line, half a year down the line, a year down the line, or something of that sort, to really settle Fushi in to how he is right now. I mean, he's basically carrying pretty complex conversations here already, right? Certainly his Japanese is better than my Japanese already. Hey, they can actually understand each other perfectly, right? So, definitely his sort of mental aptitude and whatnot, at the very least, is already that of an elementary schooler, I guess you could say. And perhaps even, and heck, he even understands some harder words as well. It's just that his grammar is a little wonky, right? So, but again, I think that's a good thing for us viewers, because now we can actually get, we can further understand Fushi. We can further understand, how he feels, and what he, his reaction to certain situations, and so we can really get a better way of knowing, how he is being shaped, right? What kind of person is Fushi growing into? What kind of moral stance does he have? What kind of perspective does he has? What kind of priorities does he have? And that's really important, right? So that we can really identify with the main character a lot more. You don't necessarily have to have the main character be relatable to people, but you at least need to have other people being able to explain the main character's actions and feelings, right? And certainly nobody else can explain his actions and feelings, so I mean, that leaves just Fushi himself to do it for us, right? So yeah. So, any case, I do love this development here, having that entire battle and whatnot, pushing us to know a little bit, just gleaning a tiny bit of the bigger story overall, and also setting us up so that, future episodes we're not going to be just treated, to a, really just a bystander and along for the ride, right? We can actually understand, Fushi's actions and so on and so forth. Beyond all that, I guess one last observation from this episode is definitely in the house that they arrived at the very end there, right? Because once again, a really peculiar kind of construction style. I mean, at this point, I think it's fairly obvious that this is definitely no place on Earth. It's not Earth at all, right? It's something completely different, and it reflects in the buildings as well, right? Because now you have a building that's, once again, mixing, just like back in the town as well. It's really mixing aspects from various different cultures. So you look at the beams, you look at the fences and whatnot, it seems distinctly Western. You look at the tiles and the windows, however, those are Eastern, right? Oriental, maybe Japanese, maybe Chinese, or something of that sort. But definitely a mix of Eastern and Western cultures here. And so it is quite unique, right? And similar to what happened in the town as well, where once again, they had these sort of more oriental styled housings, but then if you look at the doors and the windows and the utilities and whatnot, it seemed much more Western, right? So this is definitely a completely original world, and they're trying to combine aspects of cultures here on Earth to form this unique and weird sort of culture and weird sort of world here. And that goes for the writing system as well, right? I mean, certainly I can't quite see what exactly it's being inspired by, but you know, I guess that's not exactly that important. It's just, you know, some things that I do like to dive into to see if maybe it will have any bearing on the future, right? So, yeah, in any case, that's it for this episode. Great episode, a great development, and yeah, can't wait to see what they get up to in the future. So, stay tuned, guys, and bye-bye.